messed up there, but honestly, it's a last minute thing, so who cares really? Okay. So, for one thing, hello. I don't look the best at the moment, but forgive me on that note. Um, so I'm gonna wait for some people to pour in here a little bit. Um, and I'll start discussing something in a second. There is a lot of things that I want to talk about. And these can draft, these vary. I just want to chat with you guys a little bit and really bring this up to speed, really bring everyone, including myself, up to speed on knowledge on different things that are happening in our world at the moment. We are going through a lot at this time. The world is changing crazily, and I want to talk with you guys about some things, not just about my channel and where I'm going with things and all that, but I want to talk about some of the things that has been happening recently. And I also want to briefly mention something that I'm going to be referring to and another video that I will be making. Hello, I'm letting everyone join in here first before I really start talking and delving into this, because this is a conversation that I'm going to have, that I need to have. So let me go ahead and put this in the best way I can. Firstly, I'm sure that we've all seen them. I'm gonna go ahead and just get straight into this as fast as I can, as easy as I can. Firstly, has everyone here seen the Minecraft movie, or at least have watched clips of it in some way, shape, or form? I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because there are a lot of things I want to talk about, and this is the first thing I want to get out of the way. Has everyone seen the Minecraft movie for the most part, or at least know of it? Is that a thing? Do we know of the Minecraft movie? Is it okay? So, yeah. So, I know that my opinion doesn't matter as much as people like Moist Critical or anyone else really. Why? Okay, I know my opinion doesn't matter. On things as much as other people's does. However, I'm going to go ahead and mention this because I feel like I need to. So we've all seen. Have we seen the videos, the freakouts of people launching bags of popcorn and throwing it across like the theater? People taking their shirt off and whipping it around. Someone brought like an actual like chicken into it. Like people brought like it's like someone brought like an actual chicken into the Minecraft movie showing. It is crazy. Yes, World War I in theaters. That is the best way I would describe it. It is if you go to the Minecraft movie showing, it is crazy. There are so many things that have been going on in those theaters that I feel like that just need to be like really put out there as much as possible. I know almost everyone knows about this, but what you might not know is I just got this information not even like 5 minutes ago, and I really wanted to share this and talk about this because this is just the state of our society at the moment. So during a Minecraft movie showing, someone I could not, I don't know much about it. Don't ask me too much, but you can find it. So I'm going to say this. When we hit, let's see, it's April 4th. It came out April 4th. It's been out for 10 days. It's the 14th today. It's been, let's see, it's been 10 days. All right. We have been watching this chaos happen for the past week or so. And now someone recently has passed away at one of these showings, and it is insane. I don't know much about it at the moment, but someone like presumably died during one of these screenings. It's not known how. I don't know how it happened. Um, we don't know much about it, but that happened is the point. Um, and while the paramedics were in the building trying to help this poor person who was struggling to hold on for life, um, let's see what I'm trying to remember. I saw this and I instantly just wanted to start talking about things. Um, let's see. This person, I don't know if they're alive. They could be, but for the most part, I don't know what's going on with them. But I'm stuttering here. But during the scene, we all know what scene we're talking about here. Okay, we all know the chicken jockey scene. During that scene, people still, with the paramedics in the theater, while the movie was still playing, with the paramedics in the theater, trying to help this person, people still shouted chicken jockey regardless of what was happening there, and they were still screaming, cheering, and messing around with stuff. That is really bad. um I went to see it and it was really fun. I saw it before um before this craziness happened, before we got to the point of let's throw things around. My theater just cheered and clapped. These theaters are doing things that are completely just wild beyond anything that you ever could have expected from this movie. For those of you who don't know what the topic's about, I'm kind of just here talking. I haven't been internet active for a while. I've been recovering from a sickness from stomach bugs, so forgive me for that, but I'm trying to do that. And the movie was really fun. It was best movie experience of my life. But these people, it is crazy. I love. They're hilarious. They're hilarious that they're happening, but then situations like those are really bad. If there are paramedics in the room and you are still causing that kind of disturbance, don't. You're just making everything worse, especially for the person who's begging to survive. They are hanging on for dear life, and you are still screaming and cheering, regardless of whether or not it's a movie moment. Especially when you're doing it for the joke and not for the actual okay, like Avengers Endgame, like if you had like a scene like that, like if you weren't actually cheering to be actually cheering, don't. Especially during that kind of time. I don't know if the person's actually dead. They could be alive. However, that is a problem. Um, and I want to bring it up because I feel like that we have kind of lost that a little bit. We've lost the fact that we don't have much respect for people like going through things like that anymore. Um, I'm not one for the sake of. I'm not one for the sake of sensitivity. I really don't. But the cheering and screaming and causing that kind of disturbance, still throwing things around for the trend during that is wildly crazy. And I'm not saying that any of you are doing it. I'm just saying respect. I'm bringing it out to everyone. I'm just putting my 2 cents out on the internet like everyone else does. Um, I'm just getting my sense out there. It's the internet. What do you want from me? That's what I do. That's what everyone does. Everyone throws their opinions out on a platform, and there you go. Um, I'm not blaming any of you, of course. That should be quite obvious. Um, but that's one thing. I feel like that just isn't good for us. I saw it, and like I laugh at those videos of people throwing the popcorn. I laugh at those videos of people like freaking out for for just the joke, for just the meme, if you will. But I also feel bad for the people who have to work there, because my dad used to work two jobs, and one of them was at a movie theater, and I couldn't imagine having to stay like 3 hours past your normal like closing time just to clean up one theater's mess, and you don't get paid extra for it. That is crazy to me, that people are doing that without regard for it. Like I get wanting to have fun, and I did, but there are ways to have fun in these environments without throwing things around. There really just are. There are ways to have fun. If you want to throw anything for whatever reason during a movie showing, I can't even think of anything. You don't throw things when you're doing these. Okay? You just don't. You don't act like this when you go to a movie. Scream, cheer, jump and shout, whatever. I don't care if you get out of your seat. No one really cares if you get out of your seat and start cheering and clapping, as long as you're doing it when most of everyone else is. I mean, if you're cheering clapping for no reason, don't. But there's a reason that we don't. There's a reason why we don't do that, and I feel like that when we have people throwing things in the direction, because remember, everyone's throwing these things at the screen, and this person who is getting assisted by the paramedics, they were they were close to the theater screen. Like I'd say, like from, if this was the very back, I'd say they're like right here. Like they were close to the screen, and popcorn was kind of like raining in on them, on the paramedics, as they're trying to save these people, and it's like, I just I feel like that we should do a little bit better. I'm just asking that we do a little bit better about that. Um, it's wild what's happening in these theaters. And I feel for the workers. I really do. Um, I work in fast food. I work a job that has to deal with annoying people, outrageous people at times. Um, and I feel really bad for the workers who have to do that. I mean, sometimes I mean, we don't get. Some companies don't pay extra overtime. They just don't. Uh, and it's crazy that that's happening. No, this is not the most traumatic thing I've ever experienced in my life. I haven't even experienced this personally. I'm saying is I'm gonna say something because I just want to, and I don't care if anyone. Yeah, I don't care if you don't want to listen to me, if you don't know who I am, if you don't care about who I am, if you don't know or care about who I am, if my opinion does not matter to you, then you don't have to be here. You don't. But everyone else who has some kind of brain should be able to agree with me that you can easily see that this is a problem. That we can't let this happen. I I have been through hell and back. I have been through a lot. And this is not the worst experience. I will say that now. This I didn't even personally experience this in the first place, but to see this happening, it kind of messes with me because ugh, that's rough. That is really rough that that's happening in the first place. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. But in that sense, I mean, we've had a lot of people like destroy theaters for this movie, for a movie that was fun to watch, is fun to watch, especially with hundreds of people in one room. It really is. But let's not let's not throw things at paramedics. Let's not disrupt other people like heavily for this, because I know this is like a split thing here. Okay, I get it. This is a split thing here. However, I'm fighting for the side of the people who had to clean this mess up, and for the people who agree with me on this sense in the first place. We don't need to do this. Um, there are people here that are saying that it doesn't matter, that it's just part of the fun, and then there are people that are like, well, actually, it does matter because then we have to clean it up because someone has to clean it up. It's not a mess that can just be swept away with magic. You have to clean it up. Someone has to do the job. I'm just putting it out there like other people are doing. Um, don't. I'm not complaining about this. What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to give it notice. I'm trying to say this is happening, and I'm trying to put it in a different perspective so you guys will understand that this problem needs to be stopped. It's not just about the Minecraft movie. It's not just about throwing things, okay, randomly. Don't cause these things. Don't create a mess that someone else has to clean up. If you are going to cause a problem for someone else, don't cause that problem in the first place. Don't. Just do not. This isn't just about the Minecraft movie. This is about everything else. Try to be better, is all I am saying here. I don't know why so many of you are going out this different direction. I'm trying to bring it to your attention. I know that so many others have already done this. That so many people have already said this is really crappy that people are doing this. Moist Critical has even done it. He's made a second video now, I guess, about this kind of issue. There's wars I hear you complain about people throwing food. My opinion on a war doesn't matter. I don't know anything about a war. There's the difference, Justin. I don't know anything about warfare, or I don't have any real knowledge on that subject in the first place. I do have knowledge on having to clean up messes, and I do have knowledge on how these things work in the first place. If you want to think my opinion doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That's why it's an opinion. However, I do say that I do think that some people can agree that this is a problem that we need to fix, because it's not just the Minecraft movie, it is everything. If you create messes like this for other people to clean up with you having no intentions of cleaning up yourself, you're causing a problem and making the world a worse place for everyone else. I will say this again. I found the movie extraordinarily fun and funny to watch. I'm currently editing a video where I have an audio clip of all the reactions of the people reacting to it. If you care, you go volunteer to clean it up. Actually, I did. The Minecraft movie showing. Funny you should say that. The Minecraft movie showing that I went to, there were about 200 people in that theater, because we were in like the #1 theater, And what I saw in that theater, at least, were people picking up after themselves in the first place. They didn't even throw their trash around, and they were still picking their stuff up. They were getting their drinks, they were getting some stuff off the ground, and they were taking it and throwing it away at the very end of the movie. I can't just waltz in and say, "Here, take free child labor. I'm going to clean up your theaters for you." That's unrealistic. I'm 17 years old. I'm a minor. I can't just give them free child labor. We have laws against that for a reason. I don't have the ability to start an organization, a group to do this. So don't act like that I can just change this by volunteering, okay? I can't just waltz in and say, "Hey, I'll help clean it up." I have a job, I have school, I do have other things I have to do with my time. I'm saying in the moment, in the theater, just take the time to pick some stuff up. You don't have to pick up everything, but just pick some stuff up. See, you just gotta move. All you have to do is just pick up after yourself. That's all I'm saying. Because it's an extremely important lesson that just no one seems to learn nowadays. Um, yeah, so the cinema that I went to, again, this was, I guess, before the trend happened in the first place. But I just, I mean, what am I gonna do? We went in there before the trend was the thing. We cleaned up our mess. Even if that mess wasn't a huge mess, we still cleaned it up in the first place. We clean up after ourselves. That's what you do. That is movie theater etiquette. You don't just throw things around, especially food and drinks, because that's extremely hard to clean up. If you've ever had to clean up popcorn before, if you work in the movie theater, well, I'm sorry for you, but he's trying to give morality lessons and he's a child. Well, this child is still giving you morality lessons in the first place. It'd be better that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying this, and you are mad that I'm being the voice of reason here. Do you want me to say that you should just continue to throw stuff around like, "Oh, dude, just it doesn't matter. Screw those workers." What do you want me to do here? Do you just not want me to? Do you just not want me to say, "Oh yeah, go ahead, do what you want"? In the end, what you do is what you do. We're mad because you're taking a stance on something everyone agrees on. You say everyone agrees on it, and then I'm seeing so many clips of people doing this. I feel like that this is something that just needs to be brought up out there, though. Extremely hard to clean popcorn. Do you know what hard work is like? I do know what hard work is like. I do. Believe it or not, Michael, I do know what hard work is like. I have been through a lot, as I was said. I do not want to. I don't want to put stuff out here, but I do know what hard work is like. Believe it or not, I do. And I think that the people that the more awareness we raise for this kind of thing in the first place, the more can be done about it. If there are people that are saying things about it, no matter how minuscule I am in this big drop in this ocean of idiocy, okay? If I'm just another drop of dumbness in an ocean of idiocy, then guess what? It does then, oh well, my opinion just never worked. It never ever happened then. What I've said does not matter. But raising awareness does help. That's why why do you think we raise awareness for different other issues in our society? We raise awareness for a lot of things. They can range from things like this, or they can range to like breast cancer awareness. Okay, we have like an entire like color and like week for that, or something like that, or day. I don't remember. We have people raising awareness because it's good to it's good to know that people actually care about this cause. I don't want people. I'm a very sympathetic person. I don't want people to think that there's no one that cares. It's not just the big people that care. Everyone cares. Or at least some do. I'm simply trying to raise awareness for this. And I'm trying to say, don't. Just be better. Clean up after yourself. Don't cause problems for others. It's not just about this dumb movie. It's not just about being in a dumb theater. Just be better. Pick up after yourself and don't cause problems for others, because it's not a good thing. Why would you openly want to do things? Why would you openly want to hurt people or make their lives more miserable for your enjoyment? Is that just what you want? I mean, to be fair, that is what the majority of the internet is. However, this is in real life. You're not just affecting them on the internet. You're affecting them in real life, and that's a problem. The fact that so many things are happening that's so much worse, and you're complaining about this. Again, I will say this again. What my opinions on, I have opinions on everything. Everyone has opinions on everything. If I give my opinions on certain things, like politics or wars or anything like that, everything you say I have a problem. Firstly, I am a 17-year-old child. I will say this now. Raising awareness for this kind of thing is a lot more easy and believable to listen to than me trying to raise awareness for the war going on in an entirely different country, or for the tariffs in our country, or for whatever else. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to bring this up? Because then that becomes a political discussion on different things. World hunger, it's bad. Oh no, we've gotten to that point already. I'm just saying, it doesn't hurt to raise awareness. Some of you are being extraordinarily rude for no reason. I don't know why. I'm just bringing up a point. Bringing up a point here. Raise awareness for something. People will hear it, and they'll at least hear it. You don't have to listen to me. You don't know who I am, yet you're still staying here saying these things. You're still here antagonizing me. Also, 17, I'm not saying my room claiming things, so no matter. I just got off of everything. Okay? I just got off of work. I just got off of school. Today is Sunday. I'm taking my day off to say this, because today I have nothing else to do. I couldn't do this tomorrow or the day after. I'm doing this now. If you don't like my opinion, please just leave. I didn't say I was being antagonized. Someone else did. Someone said, I don't know who it was, but someone said, oh, why are you antagonizing them? I'm not antagonized. I'm trying to ask why you guys are doing this. You guys are saying you're asking questions, but you're not asking questions. You're just saying things to try to make it worse. Do you only want to talk to people to share your opinion? No, I'm raising awareness. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not trying. This isn't a conversation. I was going to post a video, but I wanted to make this live just for the sake of making it live, because I feel like it's better to hear my unedited real words than it is to hear something that can be easily cut or made different. These are my real words. These are my real thoughts. I'm trying to raise awareness for this. Just be better. That's all my point is. My entire point. If you don't like my opinion, if you don't like my opinion, then you can leave. I'm not saying you're not being forced to stay. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave. I'm not saying you can leave as in go leave. I'm not saying that. I said you literally have the option to leave. You don't have to stay here and continue to try to press against it. This isn't a conversation. This isn't a discussion. If I wanted to be a discussion, I would have said that in the first place. I want to raise awareness for this. I want to make sure that I want to give my little 2 cents on this, that everyone needs to hear this. If I can reach people that someone else didn't, then I did. I'm saying try to not cause problems for other people. That is all I'm trying to say. Don't cause problems for other people intentionally, okay? I know I have to be really specific on the internet here. Don't cause problems intentionally. That's it. Try to be a positive force in the world and not try to make everything worse for everyone. And everything's fine. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be condescending at all. I'm not trying to say that you guys are bad people for disagreeing with me. If you don't agree with me, then you don't agree with me. That is your opinion on your own. That's not a problem if you have a differing opinion from me. That's just how the world is. Everyone has different opinions. That's just how it is. I'm not trying to be the guy that's like, oh, you should do this. You're a bad person. Just don't cause problems for other people. Try to think of the person who has to clean up your mess. That's what the awareness is for, if nothing else. Just try to pay attention, or at least sympathize a little bit for the person who has to take care of your mess. That's all I'm saying. That's my 2 cents on the situation. Do not take it any other way. That is it. Not condescending, not hating, just saying, please try to not make the world a worse place. That's not an opinion. That's not an opinion that the world should be a better place. How is that? That's not an opinion. That's just a straight up fact that the world should be a better place. And I'm sorry that there are other situations in the world that I don't have knowledge on. I'm bringing this up because I have immediate, well-known knowledge on this subject. From experience, too. If I have a lot of knowledge on a subject that isn't controversial, because I will not bring up politics. That's not how I'm not going to do that. That's not what I do. But if there are other things that I feel I want to talk about that I have enough knowledge on, so I'm not just an idiot saying, oh, do this because I said so, or I don't know. That's it. Your crusade was we're stuck in a room complaining. Again, it's not a crusade. You're taking this way too far. I'm just raising awareness. That's all I'm doing, man. You believe morality is objective or subjective? Morality can be subjective. However, I believe that certain morals are more key than others. Morality is subjective in a lot of ways. However, there are different morals that we should have the brain power to understand that, murder is wrong. Killing someone's wrong. But then there's the stance on, okay, well, what if they're a PDF file and they did something to a minor? People might have differing opinions on that. Or maybe, let's say stealing's wrong. Oh, but they stole, like the Robin Hood situation. They stole from the rich to that. Okay. That's that morality is subjective, but because there are so many different complex parts about it. It's not just about one. You can't just say, is it this or is it that? That's not a thing. It's not this or that. It is this branches off. So your heart's not really in this battle. It is. I feel for the people who have to deal with this in the first place. It really is. And they've done barely anything about it. Barely anything about what? I'm sorry. I've been missing that out here. That's it. That's all it is. I want to put my awareness out there. If you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. But just hear what I've said. That's it. All right? We all understood that this isn't a hate. I hate everyone who does this thing. I don't. I really don't. Again, I've laughed a couple of times at this. However, I want to say that in the end, it's still not a good thing. That's it. Don't cause problems with other people. And that's it. Make the world a better place in the ways you can. Sometimes you can't do everything. That's fine. Do what you can to make the world a better place. That's all you have to do. I'm going to go now. I have things to do today. I will try to follow up on this next time I do another stream. Okay. Why are you saying it's condescending? I'm going to ask this question before I go. Why are you saying it's condescending when I'm saying, let's see, why do you keep telling us that we don't have to do? Why do you keep telling us what we don't have to do? That's like 10 times as condescending. If you seriously think it's condescending that I'm basically just saying, hey, don't do this. Don't be a piece of shit. Okay? I'm pretty sure it's not condescending to ask someone not to be a complete asshole. But, that could be subjective, God forbid. So, I'm going to go, but I'll let you all think on this. Some of you will never see me again. Some of you never want to see me again. That's fine. But I said my part. I hope you all understand. This is not about me. This is about trying to help people. Help people. That's all you have to do. Okay? All right. Bye.